Welcome to Worthington Home. I'm Chris. I'm about to leave to meet my friend Laura in Guilford. We're going to go to a thrift store there and then we'll see how it goes. We may or may not hit one or two others, or we may decide to just give up and get some coffee. I don't know, but whatever we do, it will be fun and I hope you'll come along with me. I'm starting off by checking out this jewelry counter. They have some very nice things. But of course, my favorite is always going to be the porcelain and glassware and all of the decor items. And you can see that while there's lots of clothes and some excellent bags and very pretty jewelry, there's also plenty of home decor to check out. Everything is laid out so nicely here. And I'm definitely charmed by these duck figures. How cute are they? $20. And like many consignment stores, the prices go down the longer an item sits, which I think is a great way to make sure that your merchandise is moving and customers have new things to see every time they come in. I'm loving this tea set with the pink painted flowers on them. This is Stangle pottery, wild rose pattern, the pink lid, and this is a definite possibility. Only $12 for the set of 3 items. And I'm checking out some of the other pieces that they have. There's some very pretty pill boxes here. $25 for that little green one. And this teapot is cute, but not very old. This little rabbit trinket box is absolutely adorable. And this is very pretty. These bowls are a lovely color. They're $45 for the set, and they are Royal Dalton. Super pretty. And I really like this little tray. It is $20. Super nice. We have some lusterware plates. And I recognize these bowls. These are Spode. I have one of these in my own online store, but mine is not in very good condition. These are $12 each. There's so many interesting little objects here. It's great. They have them right over the clothing racks, which is a nice use of space. I like the silver candlesticks, $45 for the pair. They are really beautiful. They're not heavy, so they're not weighted, but oh my goodness, gorgeous. This teacup is cute. It's a little happy anniversary set. Nice pewter cups. Cute little leprechauns. And another really pretty teacup, Elizabethan bone china, made in England. Wow, look at all of this dishware. This is a really pretty set. This is Noritake, $35 for all of these pieces. That seems like a really good deal to me. I love the floral patterns on these. This is a cute set as well, hand painted. And a cute little teapot for $10, made in England. I like that green lamp that That's really nice. And the brass lamps are pretty with the lion head detail. There's 2 of them, which is really nice. If you had the right space for it, those would really pop. And of course, this peacock picture is really, really pretty. These green lamps are super nice. These are, I think they're $40 for the pair. Very unique. And I have a version of this little abacus at home. Mine is Play School. Here's another section of the store, and you can see it's really packed with stuff. This is pretty much all like housewares, tablecloths, books, things like that. I was surprised to see this additional room because the store seemed small, but obviously that's just not the case at all. Here's some dressing rooms. They also have a bathroom here, which is handy. This toll tray is nice. I prefer the black ones. This one is $15. These are nice ladder back chairs. And this quilt rack is a little bit more expensive than I would want to pay for it. And here's a whole collection of linens, placemats and napkins and things. I always like looking through these. You never know when you might find something special. And I do see these pretty napkins with the pink trim. These are really nice. $10 for this set. Beautiful. Here's a nice kind of textile that's framed. It's got a lot of nice detail in it. And over here, there's a whole stack of framed pictures. I love this little bunny, $8. It's really sweet. They've got some other nice ones. I like these woodpeckers. Nice frames on these prints too. Those would look pretty in a grouping. This chair is only $22, this Victorian balloon back chair. It needs new upholstery in my opinion. I don't love this color, but that would be a really easy project. And this is a really cute like bicentennial set of recipes in a box. That would be a lot of fun to go through. And this is nice. It's like a little needlework framed piece. Lots of color and detail in that. It's time for us to hit the next store, so we're gonna move on with our day. I'm gonna meet Laura at the next stop. Such cute little flower boxes.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what's what. This store is pretty small, but it's laid out very well, and they have some nice things. Look at all the shoes. They have a little dressing room section and racks of nice clothes. Everything here is of high quality. There is no junk, which is really nice after doing a lot of going through racks at Goodwill and Savers. They have some nice name brands. Everything is in good condition. I love this Johnny Was tunic. They're asking $80 for it, but that's really what it's worth. I love that piece. I have nowhere to wear it to, but it's nice. And I like this Eileen Fisher sweater as well. Has kind of a fun crocheted look to it. Now we're headed for a little bit of coffee, and I think we're gonna kind of figure out what's next. I have so much to do today, but I'm misbehaving and going to a thrift store. When I was thrifting with Laura the other day, she was mentioning Pandemonium in Deep River, and she was talking about some of the amazing things she's found there. So I'm just gonna take a really quick peek at Pandemonium in Deep River and see what it's like, and I'll take a little bit of footage for you, and then I am determined to come home and do my work because I am so behind. Let's go. we shop, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about this fascinating place. Pandemonium is an organization dedicated to rescuing and rehabilitating exotic animals. So, if you make a direct donation or purchase items in the store or bakery, your money goes to support this worthy cause. Their campus includes a cafe, thrift store, and a large outdoor entertainment area. They have goats, peacocks, a koi and turtle pond, an indoor bird sanctuary, educational geodome, and historic trails with markers telling you all about the history of the buildings and grounds. I'm going to summarize that information for you here because I think it's really interesting and I love history, so I thought I would tell you a little bit more. The thrift store is located in the old Pratt Reed and Company West Factory, which was built in 1856. They mostly made piano keys, but they also made some small notions like buttons, toothpicks, letter openers, and combs. So they were closely linked with the ivory trade. I didn't know this, but apparently South Central Connecticut was the center of the American ivory trade back in the day. Who knew? In 1936, with the decline of the piano industry, the company merged and downsized, resulting in the sale of the factory to the Electric Soldering Iron Company, who owned it until 2017. The building itself hasn't changed all that much over the years. It still has a freight elevator, water turbine, and steam boiler, which is pretty cool. The grounds were called the Castle Gardens by employees back in the day, but they've been significantly altered over time. The area was mostly cleared of trees to make the way for bleaching fields used to process ivory, literally bleaching the ivory with chemicals and sunlight. You can still see some of the steel posts that were part of the fields, which stopped being used sometime in the 1920s, probably in favor of using bleach houses instead. Trees began to grow back in the area gradually starting in the 1930s, and today the forest has grown back quite a bit. Other changes to the grounds occurred mostly due to road construction. This resulted in the elimination of a canal, and the north side of the pond became a marsh. I always thought that the name of the town, Deep River, was based on its proximity to the Connecticut River, but apparently that's not at all the case. It was actually named after what is now only a small stream, but it used to power much of the town's industry. When Route 9 was constructed, the waterways were altered, so the exact size and route of the pre-industrial river is really not known to us. When the factory was in full operation, there were at least 8 water mills in the area. It powered most of the tools used within the building. There was also a large canal with a canal house and a bridge, but the canal was drained in the 1960s and filled in completely, so there's really no sign of it now. There was also a coal house used to power a steam boiler, but all that remains of the coal house is the foundation. Learning about the history of this place gives me such mixed feelings. It's hard to feel any sort of nostalgia for the ivory trade, which is completely abhorrent in my opinion and the opinion of most modern day people. I would also imagine the workers had very hard lives. There's a lot to be said for labor laws. However, it does seem sad that so much of our industrial history here in Connecticut was lost, meaning the buildings and waterways. I really wish I could have seen the property in its prime, but I feel really fortunate that Pandemonium is doing what they can to preserve the history of this place and to educate other people like me about it. I'm also really glad that a place that once supported the ivory trade now has a much more compassionate and ethical purpose, rescuing animals in need. So that's the little history lesson around Pandemonium. And I think that when you love vintage items and antiques, it's really natural to also love history because that's, I think, a big part of what draws us to those items is their sense of timelessness, their sense of history. And I think that that really translates well into things like buildings and grounds. And when you see the thoughtful repurposing of these spaces, I don't know, you can't help but feel a little bit grateful to places like Pandemonium for making that happen. So anyway, if you get a chance to come yourself and see this beautiful building and property, don't hesitate. And I would imagine that it would be particularly nice when the weather is good. It was really just too cold to spend a lot of time outside. And I imagine there's probably more like animals and outdoor activities and all kinds of things that happen when it's a lot sunnier and warmer out. But whenever you have a chance to come to this place, if you have a chance to come, don't let the weather deter you because rain or shine, this is a place worth visiting, in my opinion. Now I'm going to show you my favorite part of this entire building, and that's this antiquarian reading room slash book room. As you can see, it's just filled with light, beautiful old books, really comfortable chairs that invite you to just sit with a book and stay for as long as you want. It's a gorgeous space, and I feel so at home here. I just want to stay for hours. And if I could stay with a cup of coffee, that would be even better. But you can see some of the great furniture and check out the view. This will give you a sense of the grounds that I was describing. Here are the adorable baby goats. Aren't they so cute? They have their little outbuilding where they sleep and eat, and there's the dome in the background. And this is just some of the outdoor space set up with games and things. So very pretty view. And right around the corner from this gorgeous reading room, there is a bakery, a cafe, and I can tell you that the smells are unbelievable. So of course, I had to stop there and pick something out, and it's hard to make a choice because it all looks amazing. But I have a feeling I am going to go for a scone because those are my favorite. As I'm walking out, I'm just checking out some of the furniture. This table's really fantastic and it's only $30. It really needs a lot of refinishing and restoring, but it could be a great piece. And this little Victorian side chair is also really cute and the upholstery is in very good condition. So I'm heading back upstairs. I've seen almost all of it. There's just one more room, and that's the children's toy room. It's not a huge space, but of course full of color and interesting things. So that was my last stop, and now I'm headed back outside where I can enjoy my scone and think about my little trip. What a great place! Unfortunately, I'm here on a really cold, dreary day, but I can imagine on a beautiful day, especially a little bit closer to late spring, early summer, I bet there's lots going on here. I cannot believe how massive the building was, how much there was to see. The building was historic. There's these great historic signs all over the place, so you can learn a little bit more about the area. There's goats, there's peacocks, there's a bird sanctuary I didn't even go into because it's like more of a tour and I just didn't feel like doing the tour thing today. But games, outdoor games set up for kids. What a cool place. My favorite part might have been the scones, but I loved the whole thing. It was really fun. But now it's time to head home. So I just got home and I'm really looking forward to sharing with you all of the different things that I purchased on my last 3 thrift trips. So for the first 2 stores, I went with my friend Laura, who's a viewer of this channel, who I went thrifting with once before. And we decided to go to Guilford and check out a hole in the wall, which is a really cute store. It actually, I should say, it looks really cute from the outside, but inside it's a decent size. And they had a lot of nice things. They had a lot of clothes and shoes and things, but they also had a lot of pretty home decor stuff and very fair prices. So that was a great store. I would definitely go there again, and I would recommend it. And while I was there, I purchased these cute little Port Marion spice jars. I collect Port Marion, which you may remember if you've seen my videos before. I talk about it a fair bit. Here's the third one. There's 3 altogether. And I thought these would be so cute with the rest of my collection. So these were $5 a piece. And these are not the old, like, made in England ones. I usually only collect the made in England stuff. These are made in China. I don't know if you can see that, it's super small. So I normally wouldn't pick up the made in China, but I just loved the size and I just thought they were so cute. I had to have them. So I got those, and then I found this great teapot set. Here is the teapot. It's so lovely. I love the pink and the flowers. This is Stengel pottery, which I have heard of, but I've never had in my possession. So this is a first, and there is this pretty teapot, a lovely covered sugar. See the little lid on that? And then a creamer. Even the back is cute. And so this cute little set was $12. Which I thought was a very fair price. I'm gonna pop this one on my eBay store at some point, but I might take my time about it so I can enjoy this pretty set a few more days. So then we headed over to Cinderella's Attic, which is also a thrift store in Guilford. And Cinderella's Attic was entirely clothes. Clothes, shoes, bags, jewelry. What a beautifully curated store. There were only nice things in the store, things that were very nice and in very good condition. The person who worked there, Indy, is on the table. Hold on just a second. No. The person who worked there was really friendly. We looked through several racks of clothes. Laura tried on a few things. We didn't end up buying anything there, but it was really fun looking. And if you enjoy thrifted clothing, you'll definitely want to check out Cinderella's Attic, and you'll definitely want to go to Hole in the Wall, both in Guilford. That would be kind of a fun day. We also wanted to go to Act 2 in Madison, but it wasn't open on Tuesday. So unfortunately, we couldn't stop there, but we'll check it out another time because I've heard really good things about it. Laura was so sweet. She knew that the last time I went thrifting, I really wanted to find fondue forks, and I haven't had any success finding them, but she went to her church's tag sale and they had some. Actually, it was part of a whole set. So she picked it up for me, which was so nice of her. So, oh, it's really heavy. So this is the fondue pot. And, oops, let me put it down. It weighs a lot. And then these are the forks that go with it. Here's the pretty handles. I love that they're all the different colors like that. And that's great too, because if you're having like a little fondue party, which is definitely in my future now that I have the forks, it's great to give everybody their own fork with their own color, and then you can kind of keep track of who's whose. So this will be so fun to use. The fondue pot is really nice too, but I want to use, there's like this avocado green one that we picked up out of our last clean out, and it's very groovy. And I definitely want some groovy fondue. So I have to check all of that out and give that a try. And when I eventually get to that, I will definitely share it with you. But anyway, I thought it was so sweet of Laura to think of me and to pick up the fondue forks. She wouldn't let me pay for her, but I was able to at least buy her a cup of tea when we stopped to have a little coffee tea break after some good thrifting. So yeah, it was a great day. It was so much fun. It was great to see her. And yeah, it was wonderful to go to 2 really good stores. Again, definitely recommend them both. So while I was out with Laura, she happened to mention a store that I had originally thought we might want to stop by called Pandemonium, which is a thrift store in not Guilford, Deep River, Connecticut. And she had mentioned that she has been there quite a few times and that she really likes it and has gotten some good things there. So we wanted to go to a place that was new to us both. I didn't want to go someplace that she had already been to. So on her strong recommendation, I stopped by there today. I just got home, in fact, and I took a lot of footage to share with you so you'll get a sense of the place. And I'm going to get more in depth in terms of what that place is all about because it's so cool. But I also picked up a few things there that I want to share with you. So this first one is funny. You may have remembered a few videos ago, I think I was in Salvation Army in Newington and I found this weird tray, which is, it's weird. I mean, you know, you can say it. We're all friends here. It's weird. And here's the back. And I had mentioned that when I was a kid, my mother had this tray and she used to always serve iced tea on this tray. She'd have glasses of iced tea, and I also shared her iced tea recipe on this channel not too long ago. And so I always remember this, and she used to keep it in this very specific part of the kitchen where she also kept like cookie sheets and like tons, always had tons of paper bags stored for some reason. Like, I don't know if she thought we were gonna have like some massive paper bag emergency or like some apocalyptic event was going to happen and our only protection would be the paper bags. Like, I don't know what that was about. Also, this is too much information. She used to keep our saran wrap and tin foil and sandwich bags and all that stuff in the dishwasher. That's just where it lived. Like, it wasn't just like she threw it in there because company was coming and she just didn't want it on the counter. Like, it lived there. She never used the dishwasher. The dishwasher was specifically for storing the saran wrap. And I remember once when I went over there as a young adult in probably my early mid-20s, we had company over at my mom's house and I was helping her sort of clean up. And I had said to her, Mom, why don't we like just use the dishwasher? There's so many dishes here. Let's just use the dishwasher. It would be faster. And she looked at me dead-faced and said, but where will the saran wrap go? I didn't really have an answer, so you know what? We just hand washed the dishes. It was fine. Anyway, that was quite a diversion. Yeah, tray. Crazy mother, tray. All right, she wasn't crazy, I'm kidding. So I bought that. Oh, and then I bought this beautiful Limoges covered dish. I had bought 2 of these not that long ago when I was thrifting with Laura, when we went thrifting in Branford, but this actually is a different pattern. This is very light pink flowers and it's lovely. And just like the other ones, it has the nice detail right inside, which I love. And here is the Limoges mark. I did wash this, but I tried to keep the price tag on so I would remember what it was so I could tell you it was $8. And I just thought this was super pretty. So I probably will keep this one because I love the Limoges that has pink flowers on it. Okay, so I bought that, and then I bought this beautiful Limoges plate that was $4. I loved all of the pretty flowers and I love the colors. It's such a like cheerful, springy piece. And here is the back in case you want to check it out. So I thought that was really nice. And I bought this little Limoges ashtray. I loved the courting scene and the dark blue with the gold, I think is really pretty. This was $7. And there is the back of the ashtray. So I just thought that was a really pretty piece. I will probably keep it. I'm not really sure. So that's what I picked up. Oh, one more thing I picked up. This is gonna make noise. I'll try to hold it steady. Let's see if I can. All right, this is a great like little marble maze game. They make lots of versions of this. This one is the Death Star from Star Wars. It actually has the little Star Wars logo. A lot of tape holding it together. So let me see if I can show you. That is the base. So you can see it's Star Wars. And the goal is to get the little marble that is annoyingly rattling inside it from the top all the way down into the bottom, following this very elaborate maze. And it's a lot harder than you might think. And it's also a lot of fun. So kids enjoy this. It's made for kids, but even older people also really enjoy it because it's just challenging and kind of fun. So I thought this would be a neat piece to have. I'll probably keep it for a little while and then sell it at some point. But yeah, my son, I think, has 3 of these from when he was a kid, and I actually kept them all because I think they're just really timeless and fun. So I was glad to have this. Okay, just 2 more things to show you. I have a friend who is cleaning out some attic spaces and saw that this pretty platter with the scalloped edges was made in France. She knows I love stuff made in France. I also love stuff that was made in England, but she thought of me. And so I ended up with this pretty platter and this really pretty Mikasa heart-shaped trinket dish. Can you see it? That is really, really pretty. So I was very happy to have that. Oh, I also bought, when I was at Hole in the Wall, I also bought a pair of like Skechers slip-on sneakers in navy blue. Mine had gotten damaged, they had gotten wet, and then they stretched out, and believe me, they were old and owed me nothing. So I was perfectly happy to find them for $10 in my size. They look like they had never really been used. I can throw them in the washing machine and the dryer easily, and they will be good as new. So that was my little thrifted haul for the week. Not massive, not as big as my hauls sometimes can be. I haven't gone to Savers or Goodwill or Salvation Army this week. I am not missing them. They're so disappointing to go to after you go to some of these nicer thrift stores that are so put together. But I will definitely be going back to those stores next week. I had a request from a viewer about my dog gate and wondering how it works, because apparently she had picked one up at Salvation Army and wasn't sure how it all goes together. So this is the dog gate. This is something we picked up on Amazon, and it's called Dream Baby, although there are no babies in this house. And it's nice. You just kind of screw it all to the wall and it just holds in place. It comes in a couple of different parts. And when we want to open it, it's really easy. You just hit this latch, you lift up, and it goes in actually either direction, which is nice. So that's how it works. Here's Wilson. He's wondering what I'm doing. Wilson. Oh, he doesn't like that. So anyway, I was asked specifically, what is the small section? So this is how the small section works. And then this is the other sort of smaller section. So I hope this answers the question of the viewer who is looking for it. These gates are great for us. Our dogs are lovely. There they are. There's one. There's two. We love them to bits and they love us too. But unfortunately, our dogs do not care for strangers at all. So when a stranger comes over, we have to put the dogs away so we don't have any problems. Licorice's fur will actually go straight up. She looks like a porcupine. She gets so agitated. And that's because this poor girl was very, very badly abused before she came to me. She was actually a foster dog for me and was happily a foster fail. Well, actually, I was the foster fail because I kept her. And part of the reason why I kept her is because she was considered actually to be unadoptable because of her high levels of fear aggression. But I'm glad it worked out that way. I've had her now for over 10 years. She is my bestest girl. And she is my constant companion. So it all worked out. And Wilson, fortunately, was not badly abused at all, as no animal ever should be. But he was adopted. My husband rescued him. They're both rescue dogs. My husband got Wilson later in life. So he was about a year when my husband got him, and he had just not been socialized. And for that reason, Wilson really does not care for strangers. He doesn't like loud noises. He is very much a creature of habit. He doesn't like his routines disrupted. And as long as he's in his comfort zone, he is a very happy boy, very good boy, very low energy, which I particularly like. And he's also a little over 10 years old and kind of slowing down, aren't we all? But he's a really, really good boy. So in our house, the funny thing is, strangers come over, we have to put the dogs away, and the cats come running to the door ready to make new friends. And in case you're wondering what the cats are up to, they are busy and nutty as always. Here's Indy. Okay, honey. And then here is Iris. She's hoping that I will feed her, but it's not feeding time. Hi, sweetheart. I put the little spice jars right here on the hutch. I'm hoping that Iris won't bother them. I don't think she will. We'll certainly find out. But I think they look nice there for now. I'm going to pop this Limoges ashtray right here on the side table where it will not stay because the cats will break it. And here's the other pretty Limoges plate that I bought. Actually, it's sort of more of a bowl. I'm just popping it here behind the Portmeirion stack for now. I'll rearrange these dishes a little bit, probably put the square one in the middle. But I think it looks nice. And I'm appreciating breaking up the Portmeirion just a little bit. I also forgot to share with you 2 other little pieces that came my way. This is such a pretty little teapot haul. I love the colors. Eric picked this up for me. This was given to him, and I can't get into more than that. And then this little teapot that I put up here. It's really cute, just made in Japan. It's not very valuable, but I loved the colors in the study. So this one will stay right here. More and more, I find myself so drawn to vintage teapots. I think they are just charming. So that's what I have for you this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. You can hit the notification bell and you'll be alerted when I post videos, but I always post on Wednesdays and Fridays. So if you're looking for my videos, you can certainly find the new ones on those days. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are and whatever you're doing, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.